Yo guys, welcome back. I'm currently in my car. I'm gonna go hiking very soon. I know you can call me a maniac because I'm going hiking in freezing cold weather, minus 20 degrees Celsius. And yeah, I'll show you outside. Look how cold it is. It's freezing outside. I'm in my car. Yeah, and I'm sorry. I'm not from the United States, so I don't use Fahrenheit, so if I think most of my viewers are from Canada though, but if you're from the US, I don't know how much minus 20 degrees Celsius is in Fahrenheit. Yeah, because I'm Canadian, I don't use Fahrenheit. I kind of know a bit of like about Fahrenheit, but like not really too well. I know like 30 degrees Fahrenheit is like kind of cold. I think it might be like 0 degrees Celsius. I don't know. Yeah, if it's like the 30s, it's cold. If it's like 80, that's like really hot, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, guys, I just wanted to make a rant video. Yeah, I'm not gonna stay in my car for long. I'm gonna go hiking. I brought warm tea actually in my you can see where my backpack is. I got some warm tea to keep me warm as I go hiking. But yeah, I wanted to make a rant video, and this video is just like, talking about the fact that I really hate when people like constantly ask, what am I doing with my life? Like, and they become really obsessed with it. Like, don't you guys just hate that? Or at least some of you might hate that if you can relate to me. It's fucking annoying when, like, family members, for example, they'll ask, what do you do for a living? Like maybe your uncle will ask or your grandparents. And it's okay to say that sometimes. That's fine. That's okay. But I hate when people constantly say that. It's so fucking annoying. And it can be anyone, even if like it's a random person. Now, if someone asks me, for example, hey, what do you do for a living, right? What's your career or where do you work as? That's okay. That's fine. That doesn't annoy me. It's just a simple, normal question, right? That's completely fine. It gets annoying when people constantly say that shit, like almost every time, or if not every time, they'll say it like each month, right? They'll say like, oh, so like, what do you do for a living? Have you found a job yet? Like, it's fucking annoying because I've had people say that to me, like, or they would talk about me and say something like that for every single month. Like, for example, my dad would call his mom, right? My grandma. And no hate on my grandma. I love my grandma. She's a wonderful person, but he would constantly, whenever he would call her, she would always ask about me. She would say, "Has he found a job yet?" Like, what the fuck? Like, it's okay to say that once, that's fine. Or twice, okay. If it's twice, that's okay. But she said that almost every fucking phone call he's had with her. Holy fuck. Like, that's fucked. She always asked that because I didn't have a job, and she would always, like, yeah, call my dad and say, "Oh, has he found a job yet?" And then she would get, you know, like, upset, right? That I don't have a job. Like, why does it matter to her? Again, no hate on my grandma. I love her. But it's like, why does it matter to her? She doesn't even live with us, you know? She doesn't even live in our city. And I'm causing her stress over the fact that, well, that was the past. I have a job now, but when I didn't have a job, she would be like really stressed out. Like, she claimed that, oh, I can't get enough sleep because I'm thinking about how he's unemployed. Why does that fucking matter? You don't live with us. Or for example, my parents would have like friends, right? Who, like, well, they have a son and he has a job. And then um they would ask my parents, right? has your son found a job yet? And okay, again, if they said that once or twice, that's okay. But they started saying that so fucking often. It's like every time my parents would see their friends, they would always talk about me. Oh, has he found a job? Has he found a job? And you know what's really annoying? When my parents say, no, he hasn't found a job, then I know they fucking start criticizing me or like talking behind my back, and they're like, oh, it's embarrassing. He's like, he doesn't have a job. Our son has a job. He's younger. Who fucking cares, you know? Like, why does that even matter, you know? It's so fucking annoying. Like, and why didn't I have a job, if you guys are wondering? It wasn't by choice. I'm not, it's not because I'm lazy and I don't want a job. No, not at all. I just really had a hard time finding a job. I applied for like halfway to a year, even more, and I got no luck at all. So it's not because I didn't want a job. I wanted a job, I just couldn't find one. And then they started like thinking that I'm weird. First of all, why the fuck does that even matter? I'm not even your son. Why are my parents' friends so like interested about what I'm up to? And then they probably like start shaming me for not having a job. Why does that even fucking matter? Why can't we just talk about something else, right? Why is it always like, why is it so important if I have a job or not to them? They're not my fucking family. Why do they keep asking that fucking question each time? Oh, has he found a job? That's not fucking important. And then even my own mom would start comparing me with people who are, you know, younger than me, right? Oh, look, this guy, he's younger than you by 5 years. He has a job and you don't. Well, okay, well, first of all, why are you comparing me? Everyone's brain works differently, right? Maybe he's like more, I don't know. He might have a more stronger, like, you know, desire, right, to work. He might have more motivation to work. He might have a better work ethic than I do. It's just the way his brain works, right? It's not going to be the same as mine. And I'm not trying to say that, I'm not making excuses why I can't work, right? Because I did say I literally tried to find a job. But, you know, there's some, it depends what job it is, because, for example, this one guy, he was only 19 and he became a cop, right? And so, and I never wanted to be a cop, right? Again, it's not about, I'm not making excuses to not work. I want a job. It's just that, like, I don't want to be like, you know, a cop, right? Or I don't want to be in the army. There's people much younger than me that are in the army. So what I'm trying to say and point out is that, like, some people's brains are just different, right? They might have a different motivation that I don't have. Like, they want to actually join the police service or join the military. But I'm not like that. I don't have that mindset. I don't want to do that, right? This is not about, like, I don't want a job. I want a job. It's just those certain careers, I can't do that, you know? That's not for me. And that's normal. That's normal human behavior, right? Like, you can't just, like, want to do all those types of careers. That some people might want to do them, some don't, because I just don't like the army. Like, I don't want to join it. I don't have anything against the army itself. It's just not something I'm interested in doing. But yeah, so like, and it's really annoying. Like, why do people care so much about my career? Again, nothing wrong with asking, what do I do for a living? Or they might ask, have you found a job yet? Saying that sometimes is okay. It's just so fucking annoying when other people I'm not even related to constantly start asking, like, numerous times, has he found a job? And then when my parents say no, they just fucking, like, probably, like, start criticizing me, shaming me for not having a job. You know, when they don't even know my situation, you know? Like, why are you so quick to judge if you don't even know people's situations, right? Like, okay, there's some 30-year-old people who live at home with their parents and they don't have a job. And that's, so what? You know, I'm not gonna sit here and judge them for that. I don't judge people for their life situation. If someone's like 30, unemployed, living with their parents, Okay, whatever. Okay, I'm not gonna criticize them. I'm not gonna judge them. Like, because you don't know their situation. You don't know their story, right? Maybe they're really looking hard for a job. They just can't find one. But yeah. So you don't know people's situations. So it's stupid when people, like, why does that fucking matter? Why does everyone, ask if I have a job or not? Like, why is that even important? Like, why can't we talk about something else? But yeah, I guess I made my point there, so that's basically all I have to say. And I have a job. I am working right now. I'm a delivery driver. So I do have a job officially. So yeah, I'm not unemployed anymore. I found a job. But yeah, but like I'm 25 and it's like I just don't get why people, judge me or whatever. Like, oh, like why don't you have a job? Well, it's not fucking easy to get one. But yeah, I don't know what else to really say regarding jobs. Hold on, was there anything else I wanted to talk about? Yeah, or like my parents, they have these friends they know. They don't really see them often, but they talked about me. They're like, has he found a job? And then my parents said, like, he's trying, but he can't find one. And then they just fucking laughed. They were like, what? He can't get a job? Like, they have no idea. For some reason, they think that it's not hard to find a job. I don't know why. That's what they said. They're like, what? He doesn't have a job? It's so easy to get one. Well, no, because if you're actually fucking searching for a job, it's not easy to find one. I mean, thank goodness I finally have a job. I'm working now, but yeah, it's fucking annoying, like, it shouldn't fucking matter to them. Oh, why is it hard to find a job? Shut the fuck up. Like, don't fucking ask that stupid question. Even if it was easy for you, doesn't mean it's easy for everyone. But yeah, I don't know, so yeah, it's bullshit. I guess that's all I had to say, so thanks so much for watching, guys. That was my rant. I'm gonna go hiking. Probably not for long, because it's cold. But yeah, bye. Take care.